All right, let's jump into a quick overview of the superpower.com website. Many areas of improvement, but also a bunch of cool things that you'll be able to use for your next project. So starting with the hero section, we have this nice navigation bar. Those floating navigation bar, they're becoming more and more trendy. They're very effective. Not too many items in the navigation, which is exactly what we want to strike the right balance between discoverability. We don't want to have an hamburger menu where everything is hidden and then it starts to impact your landing page metrics, but we don't want too many options either to be able to remove this sort of decision paralysis. So I think this is super well executed. You can see some of the issue with the content that they're playing behind the main text. We have to be super careful that the text is always readable and that we have the right contrast ratio to maximize accessibility. You can see here some of the text become hard to read, but it's only for a couple of seconds, which is fine, but just something to be mindful of. Notice as well how the call to actions are very visible. That's what we want for landing page. We want clear, visible call to action. Don't do those call to actions that are too subtle, that are not using striking, visible, contrasty color. Let's make sure they're super visible to maximize conversion. You can see what they're doing also in the bottom right to have another way as well to maximize conversion and get more people to join the platform using a slightly different value proposition. I think this is very smart, and that's something that you should definitely test as well. The second section can be a little bit underwhelming. As you're scrolling, not many things are changing on the screen, so it can be a little bit disorienting, right? When you do those fixed scrolling section, it's great to have most of the content moving so people understand what's going on. This section looks good visually, but I think the fact that just this small part of the screen is changing, and same thing here, it can be a tiny bit disorienting for people. So something that could probably be improved. The other sections are very interesting. You can see how they're going beyond the traditional carousel and they're creating this sort of tension by showing this card on top of this beautiful photo and background here. I think that creates a unique design, so very interesting visually here as well. As we go through the next section as well, those cards are very engaging. This is where there could probably be a tiny bit more motion as well. Some of the texts are starting to be a little bit hard to see as well, but overall this is fairly good. You can see the strong focus on photography and lifestyle rather than focusing too much on the metrics at this stage, which is a brand positioning decision, but I think this is very interesting here. Very cool section as well. Designers will love it. I think this is a very cool way to go through those different elements. Notice how they're using a lighter typography for the elements that are not getting selected. A couple of things that could be improved. You can notice that here it starts to be a little bit optimized for maybe marketing and design, but not necessarily meaningfulness and the science behind the information. When you have blood sugar that is floating in the middle of nowhere, having something that can be maybe more scientifically accurate could be beneficial to make sure it feels thorough and meaningful on those sections. Okay, so now going into the ad section. Pretty cool, simple design, a little bit of space on the left and right that could be potentially used a little bit more effectively, because you can see here they're showing the Word First Health Super app below, and then you're trying to see the illustration and the app itself plus the title. It feels like there is a little bit of scrolling back and forth, so this section could probably be optimized, but this is fairly good. As usual, trust factor is very important to have a website that converts. You want to make sure you have those important trust factors. It can be testimonials from people that are using your product. It can be the team behind it, showing that you have a world-class team behind your company. It can be also showing logos that people will probably recognize as well. That could help when it comes to trust factors, so they're doing that fairly effectively here. I think this review section is super cool. You can see how it feels. Those feels like real reviews, since they're going this route of using social media to showcase those reviews. It just feels a lot more tangible compared to just only showing text. And I think the right balance between sometimes showing videos, text, I think this is very interesting at this stage. So probably something that you can try on your website as well. So here, very helpful to always repeat your call to action multiple times throughout the page. Another thing that I wanted to mention is You can try variation of your call to action as well, but to see how people react to it. Instead of just repeating join today everywhere throughout the page, look at how they're framing it into get my plan, into different call to action. This is something that can be helpful to maybe have the right copy that will connect with the audience. Maybe they don't want to press join today, but they really want to get their plan. That's something that can be effective. So feel free to try variation for your main call to action throughout the page. All right, so toward the end of the page, always great to try to sell a little bit harder, maybe get into pricing or repeat the main call to action lower in the page. Very effective. You can see also some of the psychology bias that they're using as well with this sort of anchoring mechanism. So the way anchoring works is you'll show a bigger number first, and your brain is going to use that as a mental reference. And then you can show a smaller number next to it, and you could feel like you're getting a lot. So for instance, showing that instead of 15K, you're only paying $199, or you can show, you're getting 1,000 piece of paper for only $10. This is the anchoring mechanism where we show you a bigger number first and a smaller number, so it will make you feel like this is an actual good deal. So something that can be reused on your website as well. Always helpful also to reduce the commitment and make it feel like this is a no-brainer. So cancel anytime. Only take 15 seconds to create your profile, result in a week. All of that reduce the amount of commitment. So it feels like this is something that is very easy to get into, and that can help to optimize the conversion on your website as well. Here you can see beautifully designed section as well. I'm really a fan of those moments where we have this larger typography that can help to convey a message and make sure people read it. As you know, we never want to have too much text on a website, and I think they're striking the right balance here. They never have a ton of body text where it feels like you're reading through paragraph and paragraph, but this is a good way also to have something that is focused on the text, but still pretty easy to consume on the user side here. And then we have our footer. So I think those footers are becoming super trendy as well, to repeat the main brand in very large font at the bottom of the page. We've seen that many times. So yeah, couple of cool things, couple of things that could be improved, but I think this is a very well executed website here. So let me know if this is helpful, team. If you have more websites you would like us to take a look at, feel free to comment below.